Hello, how are you guys? Here comes the second video of this series where I try to give some good tips to corporates that want to start a successful collaboration with a scale-up. We have seen how crucial it is today for the enterprise to work with smaller and more innovative companies. In fact, it's probably the only way for them to really innovate and stay competitive in the market. Generally, I would say that it's quite easy for a startup and an enterprise to start a collaboration. And that is mostly due to the fact that small tech companies are usually flexible and they try to accommodate all kinds of requests to wheel in a new important brand in their customers list. What is much more complicated is to scale the first project, the so-called pilot. So how can you maximize the chances of building a first pilot project that would become successful and eventually evolve into a long-term collaboration that would become strategic from the entire organization? I will give you 3 suggestions based on my experience. Number 1, make it simple. The most common mistakes that corporates and scale-ups make is to add too much stuff to their first project. The pilot phase should be seen as the gym where both parties train together for a long marathon. And it is crucial to validate the unique value that the scale-up can bring to the corporate. Both parties should focus on the essential value of the collaboration while leaving all customizations aside. Keeping the scope limited to one business unit or one vertical, it's also helpful. It is very difficult to run a pilot with more business groups and make it successful. This is due to the different requirements of different stakeholders. It is much better to start with just one business group because there would be more chances to make it successful. And this would make it natural for other stakeholders to get attracted to the service after the pilot is finished. Number 2, make it long. Even if the product or service that is used during the pilot is simple, the enterprise needs to learn how to make it fit in their business processes, which requires much longer than what you would expect. Usually, new capabilities brought by the software produced by a scale-up need to be understood and mastered by the corporates. And once this is done, someone in the company has to imagine how to distribute the knowledge internally. This is not easy and requires a lot of time and guidance. If the pilot phase is too short, you won't be able to scale the pilot when it ends. So, take enough time. Number 3, make it important. It's always good, in my opinion, to start a pilot involving the real users of the solution. This implies that in most cases you would have a bottom-up approach. At the same time, since the early days, it's also important to find a sponsor that is higher up in the organization. This person may not be needed during the pilot phase, where the goal is mostly to build consensus amongst the users, but becomes relevant as soon as the pilot is successful and needs to be converted into a contract with a bigger scope and budget. So these are just 3 of the things that I have learned while working with many of the largest brands. For sure, there is more to share and more to discuss about this topic, but I think these 3 topics are already a good starting point. So guys, let me know what you think and see you soon. Ciao!